Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a DIY video. I know this is belated Valentine's DIY, but when I posted this picture on my community tab, Instagram and on my Facebook page, there were some requests asking me to show how I did all of these DIYs. So starting with the DIY number 1, that is a Valentine banner. I got these heart garland or a banner from Dollarama, that is our Canadian dollar store. I'm also using these paper roses that I got from Dollarama. They are for $2 and they have those exact matching colors on them that matches the heart garland. And then I'm also using the grapevine that I got from Dollar Tree that they had new out this year. You get 5 in a pack. So I don't like the neutral look of those grapevine. I wanted to spruce it up. I wanted to have some pop of color specifically for Valentine. So I am using these flowers and they have that wired stem, so you can just wrap it around. Now this is up to your personal preference. If you prefer using flowers, you can. If you want to just keep it neutral, that's fine. And again, flowers, the color you want and the number of flowers. If you want more, you can do more. I just prefer having like 4 or 5 on my heart. So this is how it looked after I was done with those hot pink color. And then similarly, I used these 2 shades of pink and peach for my banner. Then I took those hearts, they are wooden, out from those Dollarama banner. They had the clothespin on the back, as you can see on one of the red heart in the back. It was glued there, so I took those clothespin out. It was supposed to hang the pictures from those hearts, and then I took the hearts out from the jute twine that it came on, and I'm going to use these this pink twine that I got from Michael's a few years back. And then I'll thread back 4 hearts, so like one of different color that they had on their banner, and then I'll be putting in my grapevine heart. So in some of the grapevines you will see this copper wire, whilst in some of them they are a little bit deeper inside. So I'm just threading my jute twine through it, and this is how it looks. And again I will thread 4 more of those wooden hearts from Dollarama Garland, and then I'll continue with the same pattern. So 4 of those hearts and 1 of the grapevine heart from the Dollar Tree. If you want, you can make the whole banner with using this grapevine hearts from Dollar Tree, and this is how the final result was. And then I also added 1 grapevine heart with red flowers, and then at the end I also added some tassels at the end, which I made from just the yarn using from Dollar Tree. So now this is the DIY number 2. I'm naming it as Valentine Planter. All you need are some sticks from the yard, some foam heart stickers, and some kiddos. This is just optional, I'm just saying, but this DIY was a kid friendly DIY. So my daughters, they love picking up these branches or sticks from the backyard, or sometimes while we are out for a walk, and they wanted to do some DIY with this. So then off we went to Pinterest and we came across beautiful DIY using this sticks and then some of these foam hearts. So now again, there are lots of options you can use. I'm using the sticky hearts just so that I don't have to use glue, especially like the hot glue, because I wanted these to be more kid friendly. So I got this heart, I think it was from Dollarama, and there are red and pink option. They also have the glitter options. You can also find it at Dollar Tree. And as you can see, we are just sticking same size of heart on each side so that you don't get the stickiness on the other side. If you want, you can also switch the color, like you can have one side pink, one side red. My daughters absolutely loved this DIY. And then I just put some Epsom salt in the vase with our family's last name initial, and then I just stuck the sticks in them. So now this is the DIY number 3. Super easy, very simple. I got these X and O alphabets from Dollar Tree. Recently they are restocking a lot on these alphabets. Then I'm using this neon pink acrylic paint that I got from Dollarama. The paint was a little bit on the runnier side. It was not giving a good coverage. I had to do at least 4 or 5 coats of this paint. I'm not sure if it can also be the color of these the MDF, the words, because it is brown. It was not taking this neon pink as well as I think it would have taken the chalk paint, or if it was white in color, so the white alphabets. But anyhow, I just did multiple coats till I got the result that I wanted for this neon pink. And similarly I did the O, and this is again how I decorated on my fireplace mantle for Valentine. So now this was the most requested, the DIY book stack. So I'm going to use these crates that you can easily find at Dollar Tree, specifically the ones that are not see-through in the middle. And then I'm using the cotton candy acrylic paint that was from Walmart, but I got mine from Dollar Tree. And then I cut the coat that I wanted to go on my book stack and using my Cricut. So there are lots of options. You can use any color for this book stack. You can have it for any season you want and color coordinate according to the season. Because it was for Valentine's, I wanted to have more of red and pink in my decor. I'm not a person who loves a lot of farmhouse or neutral look. I love the colors for each season. It's specifically because my kids like more colorful items, so I usually don't decorate for Valentine's, but now I'm doing only because of my kids, just so that they can have some fun with seasons. White vinyl is usually tricky when you are doing weeding, specifically for these small letters, and you can see I missed two of my words. It did not come off on the transfer, but I have it saved on the side, and then I'll just stick them at the end. If you don't have any cutting machine, you can also use the alphabet stickers that you can easily get from any of the dollar store or even from Michael's. And if you want, you can also stamp these, but for me this was the quickest one to do it on my Cricut, and that's why I'm doing this. And again, as I said, there are lots of options for the words that you can put on these book stack. You can use different colors for each level of the book, so it seems like there are 3 different colors of the books. So I got this idea way back in fall of last year. I did some book stack for fall. I did not get chance to share the DIY on the channel, but if you like it, I'll make some more for the Easter. And it's pretty simple, not a rocket science, very easy to do this DIY. All you need are these beautiful crates from the Dollar Tree. So this is how, the other side, this is how it turned out. So now I'm going to embellish them with some pretty ribbons. So I got these from Michael's again a few years back. So they come in a pack like this. They are decorative trims. They are $6.99 Canadian, and I think I got it on clearance, like 70% off. I was confused, should I go with pink or should I go with red? But then I thought because the book stack was pink, red would pop out much better. So I'm going to use this trim specifically for around, and then I'm also using this adhesive lace that I got from Dollarama. Again, these are from few years back. I had this in my stash. They have 2 different color options, and that is mainly to cover that opening in the crate, so it does not look like it's a crate, it looks more of a book. And I absolutely love this lace look when we embellish this book stack. So I'm just taking out that medium sized lace because that perfectly covered the handles of the crate. It was a little bit shorter in length, so I went ahead and I used another pack of those white lace. If you don't have any of these lace, you can also use some wide ribbons, and again you can cover it the way it is. Just the principle behind this is to cover those handles. So this is how it looked, and now I will use this red ribbon or the decorative trim to go around, and I'm using hot glue for this one. Just make sure always wear your finger protectors. I always learn that lesson and then I go and grab my finger protectors. And this is how it goes about. And again, lots of options you can use for this ribbons. I just had this in my stash and I preferred using this ribbon around. If you want, you can also paint the inside of the crate, but because I was just using it for my home decor, I was fine. And this is how it looked, the final result on this book stack. And this is how I had it on my final mental decor. I had these gnomes from Dollarama, and I just put one of the gnome on the top, So now this is the DIY number 5, wood bead garland. I got this plaster paint kit from Dollarama. It is hard and it is quite a large size, very good quality and a little bit on a heavier side, and I'm using the same cotton candy acrylic paint, but I'm using the one that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use these beads. I got this from Hobby Lobby, I think 2 years back when they were on clearance, so I'm just going to use those beads because I love the size of the beads on them. And then I'm using folk art chalk paint, white and red, that I got from Michaels, and this was again the final look on those beaded garland. Now this is DIY number 6, not basically a DIY but just a quick idea on how I did this fireplace, the banner running around. I just got those 2 pom-pom garlands from Dollarama and I just I twisted them around and decorated it like that. And this is the DIY number 7, the mini yarn trees. I'm using the yarn from Dollar Tree. I'm using this mini felt hearts from Dollarama. Styrofoam cones, you can use any shape that you want. I'm using the smallest size, and some wood stems that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I don't have any process video of these, but then this was the final look of these trees. I just glued that stem at the bottom. I glued some of those mini felt hearts on the trees, and that was the final look for my Valentine's fireplace DIY. So there are other things that you see in the background, the love sign and the windmill sign, that you will find more detailed videos on those DIY from last year's Valentine DIY section. So I hope you all enjoyed today's quick belated Valentine's DIY video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one.